So.
Welcome to the latest edition of the ReelMasters podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Levi Lambright, joined by my co-host, Israel Sandoval, Jeremiah Bruff, and Andre Cousin. This week, we will be reviewing the latest edition of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and also having a discussion about the new releases by Kanye West and Drake. But first, guys, how are you guys doing today?
Good, man. I'm excited for Wednesday the 8th for the release of Legend of the Whole. Shout out, Levi.
Shout out to Legends of the Whole, releasing on September 8th, 2021, this Wednesday, available on malicpremium.com and amazon.com. Go to the Instagram for the links and hit them up quick because they are going to be flying off the shelf. Hopefully.
Flying.
Hopefully.
I've been doing good, man. Had a good extended weekend. Perfect weather. Football started. College football started. It was nice, man. Had a couple cookouts. It was a good time.
Speaking of football, got the win this weekend, 2-1.
Yeah, man. You didn't text me afterwards. I didn't even know.
My bad. I was excited we won, but I was upset on how many penalties we had.
Back on the right track, though. 2-1. I mean, a lot better than 1-1.
This week with Marysville and Ohio State commit Gabe Powers.
What is his position?
Linebacker.
Oh, well, you can't do shit from... You can't take over a game from linebacker.
Shit.
Well, maybe you can, but... I mean, I did take over a few games at linebacker myself, so I guess I...
Levitation 4-4.
Shit. I was doing it on offense, too.
Ain't nobody throwing that shit Harlem Street cred away.
No, I mean, what was it? I ran that block kick, 99 yards?
99 yards, dude.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Some say it was the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
They were punting on the 2-yard line. No, but yeah. So what? Has anybody watched anything of note?
As always, I'm watching Power. Keeping up with that. It's getting real good.
Oh, it's a new book, right?
Yeah, it's Raising Kanan.
Raising?
Raising.
Oh, Raising.
So it's about 50 Cent's character as a child.
Oh, gotcha.
What else have I watched? Not a whole lot, honestly. Been busy.
I don't think I watched anything this weekend. I didn't watch nothing except for the Shang-Chi movie. I didn't watch anything.
A lot of football.
Oh, yeah. Watch some football.
What did I do Friday? Oh, we went to the movies. Yeah, Friday. Movie, Saturday game. No, I didn't watch nothing. No shows, no movies. Other than the one we're reviewing.
I watched End of Evangelion, which was crazy. But yeah, that was about it. Oh, I watched that movie on Netflix that's an anime adaptation. It's like Rurouni Kenshin or something like that. That's something same, or I don't know. That's pretty good. I watched the first one, or the prequel. That was pretty good.
Has anyone here watched The Witcher?
The Witcher,
No.
Is that about a hitchhiker?
No, it's with
No, I haven't.
It's the guy that plays Superman.
Yeah.
And he is based on the video game. It's like he's a witch hunter.
Oh, no, I haven't.
All right, is he?
I don't know.
I didn't play the video game. I thought the video game was kind of scary when I was young.
I didn't play the game either,
The
but
game is dope.
I heard the show is dope.
Might go back and do that.
They canceled it, though, right? After one season?
No, it's coming
No,
back.
it's coming back, and they
Oh,
came
is
out
it?
with the
They
like
came
an
out-
animated thing.
I'm thinking of something totally different.
I heard about that today. That's why I was asking if anyone had seen it.
No.
But
You season 3 comes out October 15th. Pretty excited about that.
It is
Whack.
one of them
See what
shows.
happens when
It's
two
a guilty
weirdos
pleasure.
get together.
It's a guilty pleasure, dude.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm
Well,
into it.
I mean, never mind.
What? Don't even.
What, Dre? What?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it to my boy. I'm not.
For reference, I do not look anything like the guy on you.
You used to call Levi Joe.
Or Joe is Joe.
Yeah. He's like, goddamn Joe, calm down.
Y'all, oh, no. I remember, was it Sabe said, like, I was wearing some hat. He, like, sent us text messages of Joe with his hat on. Shit. That's why I wear flat bills now.
Just like him.
Yeah, whatever.
Nobody want to be Joe.
Joe. I don't even remember the first 2 seasons that well. I'm sure they'll do some type of recap.
Yeah, they will. They have to.
Not memorable.
They're memorable.
Dude, it's Dexter, but not as good.
That's
It's
what they
Dexter,
say.
but not as good.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I don't think it's just like Dexter. I'm a big Dexter fan though.
Yeah, something like.
I love Dexter.
I watched the first
but
season.
it's
The first like 3 episodes of You, and I stopped.
I say it's definitely like in the same subcategory though.
I've never seen Dexter, so use the go.
Dexter's dope.
Thereby.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dude,
But
he did come in hard as fuck like that. Surprise, motherfucker.
well, in other news,
I got dokes.
there's some pretty big album drops this week.
Well, let's get into it. Here we go.
Now, I'll just start out by saying I'm biased towards Kanye West. So you're going to hear a biased but objective point of view. A biased but true point of view.
I'm biased too. Kanye's favorite rapper of all time. He's my guy. I tried to go into it, with the open mind and not being biased. I was actually going to be like, okay, whose is better? But when I say my answer, you're going to be like, oh, you're biased. So
I am unbiased. I like both artists.
I like Drake too, though.
But I think it's hard to compare the two though, because they're 2 different albums. Kanye's is somewhere on the end of like a gospel album, and Drake is normal Drake in my feelings and shit album.
yeah,
So it's a Drake album.
that was Levi's biggest pet peeve about it. What did you say? It's like Madden.
It's like Madden. It's just the roster update for the year. It's the new, same Drake songs, different titles, different features.
Now, if you ask me, and I know this isn't a conversation, I think Nas's album was better than both of them, but that's just me.
I didn't hear Nas's.
Nas's album is dope, but I didn't listen to all of it. And I really didn't give it the same type of attention that I definitely gave these. But I remember the first 2 or 3 songs are like fire.
I mean, if you want to hear, getting off Nas, if you want to hear my full opinion, Donda was dope, man. I mean, Kanye was on a whole bunch of different levels. He switched it up. My only big thing was, I mean, I love the gospel perspective, but it was maybe a little bit too gospel for me. I kind of wanted him to back off a little bit, definitely since his last album was a whole gospel album. So the first, I think, 5-6 tracks were bangers, dude. It was my favorite. After that, it got a little dull, but then it picked up again. It was long, too long for me. I mean, almost 2 hours, 20-something songs. That's ridiculous. And I hate when they get to talking on it, and the song plays and then another 2 minutes it's just a beat. Like cut that.
Hour and 40 minutes
Kanye's
long
the king of
fucking
that
album.
shit, though.
Like cut that shit out, man.
But there's like 2 skits.
Yeah.
There's 3 songs that are just different versions. So you could really skip that, and the album's closer to like 120, which is about as long as Drake's. I mean, that's a pretty long album too.
Drake's is long too. I didn't like that either. And 21 songs.
120, like, yeah, it's about the same. You're right. 120, I don't know. It just feels less daunting than an hour and 40. It's almost 2 hours.
No, I felt like Drake's was long as shit. So I felt like it was basically the same length for me. Both of them hoes was long as shit.
What'd you think, Jeremiah? Did you listen to them both?
I didn't finish Certified Lover Boy, but
Certified Lesbian Boy.
but I did listen to Donda about 5 times now.
Damn.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was talking to Levi about this. Like, I like Kanye albums, even if I look back at it, like Life of Pablo. Like, I didn't really care for the whole project, but I still listen to like songs, and there's still songs that I consider to be like some of my favorites, from that album. So it's just like, to me, it's like not all the songs were gold, but there's definitely some bangers I love that I keep on repeat right now. So, and as for Drake, his last 3 albums are pretty much the same thing to me. I like Drake, and I have a shit ton of songs from him, but his last couple albums just feel like the same thing. There's like no creativity in it.
I told Levi, and by the way, I'm still listening to Donda every day, but I told Levi, like, I had to re-listen to Drake's first 5 songs like maybe 2 or 3 times, because the first time I listened to it, I was on song 6. I was like, dude, I'm hearing the same song. I listened to the same song 5 times in a row, I felt like.
Right.
And there wasn't that one song for me, I was like, oh shit, I gotta play that back before I go through. So, but I'm not trying to hate on Drake. Drake's definitely in my top 10. And I love Drake, but I just felt like Donda was better, in my opinion.
I personally like Donda better. I also like that all of Kanye's projects are distinctly different from each other. You can right away tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, just by knowing like the date of when something came out, you can associate a memory with it and kind of figure out what album it's on. Like even with Drake's albums. But like each Kanye album kind of represents a different era of Kanye. He's always trying some different, something different with his music.
Right.
Where Drake,
after 2016, he hasn't changed.
Yeah. After Nothing Was the Same, everything became the same.
Dude, yeah.
With Drake.
Literally.
And I like Kanye changing it up. You never know what you're going to get. And I don't know, I feel like on this album, there was something from Yeezus. There was something from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Something from Late Registration. Something from Graduation. He had musical, like, I don't know what the exact term would be, but like cues from each of those eras. And then he still brought it into this new Donda era, which is kind of this gospel music, but him also talking about, his relationship with God and also like where he is in life currently. And then Drake's, and so he's got all of these, melding of these different perspectives and this whole like kind of like theme throughout the album, where Drake's album is, hey, let's, we got to have the dance song on there. We got to have this song on there. It's like you were saying earlier, Jeremiah, it's formulaic. He's got to hit all of these type of buttons, and then there you go. There's the Drake album. I mean, he literally could have wrote all of these songs 5 years ago, and then they were just leftovers, and he put them on this album. We wouldn't know. Yeah. But with Kanye, which era of music, his music's coming from. So that's kind of my gripe with the Drake album. It seemed redundant. Like, I've heard, not to say it was bad, because for real, like, there was some bangers on there. There's some beat. I mean, I always love his production. He's always got good producers. But it's like his lyrics I can just tune out because I know it's gonna be talking about the same stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, let's save the strippers. Hey, I've got a baby mama, and I'm also, YMB till I die. Like, those are his themes. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my overall critique, I guess.
I definitely thought that the second half of Drake's album was a lot better than this first half. So I'll give him that. Like, I was really tuned into the second half.
The hattest in the first half.
Not in the second. You don't know the meme?
No.
You never seen that dude's interview? Oh, God. You live on a fucking rock.
Whatever.
He's like, not gonna lie, they had us in the first half.
I don't know.
Oh.
You've had to have seen it.
I might have. But yeah, man, there was one song on there. He called himself a lesbian.
Dude.
And I'm like, dude,
I remember that line.
I think that line would have been cool when I was like in middle school. But I don't know. As soon as I heard him call it was like the first 15 seconds and I turned it. I was like,
Lil
I'm
Wayne
off.
already said that shit.
And Lil Wayne could get away with it.
Huh?
So, who listens to the most Drake, probably? School-age kids?
Hell yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he's not... It's smart on his part.
Right, yeah.
Oh, and tell me there's not at least
But my
2
thing
or
was,
3
is
songs.
I was listening to Drake when I was 14, right? And it's still the same shit. He hasn't changed.
Forever 14.
But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Forever 14, bro.
If it's not broke, don't
But
fix it.
the thing is, he's gonna do his same albums. It's gonna do big numbers every time because there's always a new fan base coming in, and also he's gonna have a song that's gonna be like viral on like TikTok or something. There's gonna be a dance with probably that "I'm Too Sexy" song. It's probably gonna be the big hit, which I didn't even like that song.
That song was whack.
I didn't even think it was catchy.
That song was whack.
But
He
shoot,
does a
dude.
good job of not over putting out music. Like, you have to wait. You will wait another year or so for the next Drake album.
Yeah.
So I think that helps him a lot too. So shit, when you're waiting a year to 2.5 years, I mean, shit, put out the same music. Probably fucking forgot.
That's true.
If you had to give these albums a rating, what would you rate them? Both of them.
Out of 5?
Yeah, out of 5 or 10. 5.
Well, okay. Well, let's get to that first. I wanted to bring up something. If there was anybody's favorite and least favorite songs, if they can remember them.
I mean, I can
I didn't finish the Drake album, so I'm
look
not
it
gonna
up on
rate
my
that
phone.
one, but
Hey, Keep My Spirit Alive on that Donda album. That's
see.
got my boy Conway and Westside in there. Hell, the next one too. Jesus Lord.
Yeah, bruh. See, for
J Electronica. That's
for Donda, I had to do top 3. So my top 3 was Off the Grid, Hurricane, and Jesus Lord. That's my top 3. For the ones I didn't like. There was like 3 songs in a row I didn't care for. I didn't care for Praise God, Jonah, and
Donda.
and Juna.
Donda.
Well,
Donda.
But Levi made. I mean, that was just an intro, though. I mean, that's not really a song.
so I heard.
You could have missed.
You
You
don't
could
know
have missed
about
with that shit.
that track though.
You could have
was
started.
telling me
You
about
could have
it.
started with a DMX prayer instead of that.
That's like, I guess that was his mom's last heartbeats.
Oh well, shit. When you put it that way.
Dre's like, throw that trash out.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
I would say my top 3 favorite songs would be Pure Souls,
I like Pierce.
Believe What I Say, and Off the Grid.
Off the Grid. See, I didn't fuck with.
That's
Off
just
the
a
Grid,
fucking
though.
banger,
Bro.
dude.
I don't care for that.
Let me
like,
be in Chicago in the club when that
Dude.
song
Oh,
comes
yeah.
on, bro.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna bang it.
Yeah.
Oh, my top 3. Jail. Oh no, in order.
No
no,
order.
okay.
Just
All right. So Jail, Remote Control, and 24.
Oh.
what about in Drake? Dre, what you said? You said, well, you only said one. You said Keep My
I
Spirit
said
Alive.
Keep My Spirit Alive. Jesus
Lord.
Lord, and Shit, if I had to pick another one.
You don't have to. I just couldn't pick one, so I picked 3.
Yeah, I'll keep it with 2 right now.
What about tracks you
Off
hated?
the top of my head.
Are there any tracks you didn't like?
Well, after you said that, no.
Junior was the only song I didn't like.
Donnie Chant.
Yeah. Junior, I didn't like that one.
I skipped that.
I didn't like Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of remote control, though, did any of you hear Soulja Boy's verse?
Bro,
we were just
album.
We listened to it just before we started recording.
They were killing him in the comments. They're like, respectfully, I stand with Ye. I see why he took that shit off.
I played. I was like, "Oh shit, he snapped."
What did y'all hear? The Chris Brown leak. He leaked his verse that he was pissed about.
Yeah,
trash. Kanye made the right choice on that.
Well, Kanye doesn't get enough credit for being like his ear for production. Like he is a musical production genius. He doesn't get enough credit for that part of it. No, regardless of what he has to say you can hate what he has to say on every song, but his ear for production, one of the best I think we've ever witnessed.
He had some serious quality control. But if you guys heard the Andre 3000 song that got leaked, man, I wish that would have been on the album.
Andre got cut?
He messed up on that one.
What was...
I need to listen to that.
It's the
the album it got released before he wanted it to. There's talks of Donda 2 coming.
Oh, don't get me hyped now.
But what was Drake trying to do by releasing that?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I thought he was like throwing shade.
It's a good song. Like I don't know what you're trying to do. Like you're trying to say, "Oh, this album sucked."
Because Kanye disses. So I think the reason it got cut was because Kanye disses Drake on the track. And so I think and Andre 3000's verse is really heartfelt. It's really they don't really go together, the verses. Like Andre 3000, he's dropping a verse about his mom and Donda and like, you know, moving on with them both gone. And then Kanye just kind of goes into like dissing Drake. So it doesn't really doesn't have much cohesion as far as a song.
Yeah.
But I also think Kanye didn't want to. I don't think he wanted to put that out as his diss towards Drake, and I think maybe Drake leaked it to one, show that he has people in Kanye's circle, but two, to be like, hey, here's Kanye's verse and it was whack, so now I can burn him with a good diss. So, but that's all speculation. Obviously I don't know Drake or anything.
Yeah. It's not Micah's brother.
So going into the Drake album, what was if you had any favorite tracks on that?
I'd say I'll go first real quick. I'll say the first 2 tracks, which is Champagne Poetry and Poppy's Home.
Poppy's Home, yeah.
Which I like. You give me a good, some good production by 40.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna get me right quick with that. And then honestly, after that, like all of the songs they're hard for me to really like separate in my head. I guess I don't know. Maybe 7 a.m. on Birdo Path. Maybe. Or no, You Only Live Twice. I'd say that. The Drake, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross.
Dude, okay. Yeah, I did listen to that song. I like that song.
So yeah.
Because Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, I mean, that trio.
But Kanye and Lil Wayne continues his freaking best features of 2011 or 2021 streak.
10 years ago.
I'm getting back to when Drake actually used to come out with new albums.
Oh shit. That's true though. Lil Wayne's been crushing it.
What about songs you dislike?
Songs I disliked?
Jeremiah's dying over here.
Every other song that I didn't mention.
What?
Songs I disliked, every other song I didn't mention. No, honestly, I didn't like Way Too Sexy. I didn't like Girls Want Girls. Yeba's Heartbeat or Heartbreak.
Dude, what was that?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Don't be dissing my girl Yeba. She killed that.
Fucking Fans, The Remorse.
She killed that.
Wow.
She didn't kill that.
They all felt like leftover songs.
You didn't like that song?
No.
What?
For me, my favorites were fucking fans. That's why I said wow. You Only Live Twice, and probably I would either say In the Bible or 7 a.m. on a Brittle Path.
I was gonna say in the Bible, just because what do you say about Tiger? I think I'm Tiger Woods. The way I'm teed off on 17.
Yeah.
My pockets on whatever, jeans forever green.
What does he mean
Shout out
by
to
teeing
Goat.
off on 17? Like he's hitting 17-year-olds?
Stop, bro.
Because
Stop.
I know Drake's a groomer.
Did he have a big year in 17?
Stop.
What his numbers do in 17?
Dude, am I lying or didn't I not see a line?
Oh, is that what he's referencing?
I would imagine.
Well, or referencing his taste in women, because I know he's a little groomer.
I got no comment.
I'm not gonna tarnish a black man's name on this podcast. I won't do it.
Dude, there
Except
was
R.
a
Kelly,
line
'cause that
where
nigga did
everyone
that
was like,
shit.
did he just admit to grooming?
That was
I'm
it.
trying to find that line, bro.
Well, I mean, there was that story that he was texting the girl from Stranger Things when she was like 13, 14.
Oh, yeah.
He was texting her season 1.
But I'm not,
Oh, okay. So, In Too Deep.
Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was Adonis.
Stop,
Adonis
bro.
wasn't born yet. Leave him out of
Just
this.
saying.
What was the lyric you said he admits to?
Oh, shit. Okay. So, In Too Deep, Step to My Girl, Hands Getting Thrown Up. February 19th is the day of the glow up. February 19th is Millie Bobby Brown's birthday, which is the girl from Stranger Things.
Oh well, we have
And
all
I
our.
just Googled it, and it is her birthday. She's 17 right now. It's the glow up. He's a groomer.
I ain't saying nothing.
Weirdo? What a weirdo.
Take your dogs to Drake's, because he's a groomer. Wow.
No comment.
None.
Dude, that makes sense in the Bible, though. I teed off the 17, and she's 17.
Stop, dog.
I'm
Stop.
I'm not trying to be like...
And he's trying to hit them
Stop.
greens?
Stop.
What does the green have to do with it?
Because he's trying to putt in that.
Stop.
Ew.
A little nasty.
That's too far.
Yeah,
Hey.
well, Drake's freaking putting it on
It's
album.
his lines. I'm literally reading them right now.
He's stretching out here.
I ain't stretching.
That's fan conspiracy.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I'm not saying that he did it. I'm just saying that's... I looked up the line, and her birthday, they match. And they do text back and forth. I know that.
Yeah, whatever. But okay, going to the ratings. What would you rate it? Both albums out of 5.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Donda, I would give a solid 3.5.
Wow.
3.5? No. I don't know. Right now, I'm real high on it. I could probably give it a 4 out of 5. Solid. But I'm also like, then I would have to give,
Okay, yeah.
like, you know,
I got you.
is every other Kanye album a 4.5, 5, you know? There are a couple in there. I would say I give it a solid 3.5, and then the new Drake probably solid 2.5. I mean, that's not to say
Yeah.
they're trash.
Right.
I would go 3.5 and 3. Donda.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drake. 3.5 for Donda and 3 for CLP.
All right, I'm not gonna rate Drake's album because I didn't finish it, but I'll give Kanye's a solid 2.5. I really liked it. I still like it, so I mean, I still listen to the songs.
So you're giving it a 2.5?
Compared to his other albums and every other rap album that I'm thinking of in my head right now, yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked it, yeah. 2.5, hell yeah. It was good. But
Alright.
comparatively, I don't know yet. I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
his best. It wasn't even his top 4, maybe 5.
Right, that's why I was like, can I rate
Yeah.
the other ones like that? Like, are they are 4s? I don't know. Because I was thinking, like, Life of Pablo, is that a 3?
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know.
So me and Levi were at a buddy's house yesterday, Anthony, and we were all pretty intoxicated. We were having a discussion, and I had mentioned that Kanye's first 3 albums, when Kanye first came out, his first 3 albums, College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, nobody else's first 3 albums can touch that.
His first 3 albums?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough... it'd be a tough argument to find 3 consecutive albums by a rap artist that...
Well, not even 3. I mean, 3. His first 3. So when he's first coming out,
well, that's why
3 consecutive. Yeah.
Yeah. Drake's.
I don't think nobody else can touch that, but their first 3.
Drake's first 3 albums are pretty up there. Take Care.
Yeah, what is his first 3?
One where he's like,
I'm looking him up.
crap. What is the other one?
It's hard to, I mean, I don't know. That's hard because then you got to think back. When you say nobody can touch them, then you got to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Tupac and Biggie. Biggie had, what, 2 albums before he died? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank Me
know,
Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same.
And Kanye's first 3 aren't touching those 2.
How many people know? How many people know every song on the first 2 albums of the?
But we are also not. You know what I'm saying? Our generation. It's a different generation.
It's a different. Yeah,
that's true,
you're right.
True. To me, College Dropout is one of the best albums of all time. Well, and it's also one. I probably said that because it's one of my favorites.
But yeah, it'd be tough, but
it's definitely in the upper echelon of albums of all time. Like I would have to do a lot of deep thinking to say it's one of the best of all time.
Yeah. That
I'm not going to do right now, but no, it's in the upper echelon. Yes.
Would you put Kanye in your top 10?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Would you put Drake in your top 10?
It depends on what you're basing off of. My personal, favorite people to listen to top 10? No. Of, just artists is talking about, numbers and stuff and the people who do like it. Because even though, art, it's one of those things. If it's, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. And I'm not saying I don't listen to Drake, but, overall top 10, probably, in my personal top 10, no.
I would have them both. Both in
maybe.
mine.
I don't know. I had to think about that.
Kanye and Drake, both in my personal top 10, and I think top 10 in general.
Yes, please.
But yeah. So I think that kind of wraps.
It's hard to
up.
say. My favorite rapper is Kevin Gates.
Okay.
All right. Well, let
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, man.
He do that for song.
Well, I've never heard one song from him, but
really?
Stop it.
Hey, my favorite artist right now is Big Crit. I'm sure you guys haven't heard a lot of Big Crit songs.
I actually have.
Well, then
so in your face.
You got an ear then.
Racist.
Also, my favorite rappers right now, I listen to consistently dropping new music, Conway, The Machine, and Benny the Butcher are probably my 2 favorite right now.
I know of
and
Benny the Butcher.
I bet you guys have not listened to a lot of them at all.
Not at all.
I'm just going to be real. I don't really listen to a lot of new rap.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So the reason I like Conway the Butcher and Benny and Westside Gunn, they kind of remind me of a Wu-Tang. They're obviously different, but it goes back to that era.
Gotcha.
Which I do like that era of music, and I do like. I don't know. I like when the songs used to have a little less production, and it was more about the lyrics and the
what
rap.
You had to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of got what they're saying on the new albums, and we all gave the ratings. So, I think overall, both albums were pretty good to kick it to. And speaking of kicking it, let's
wonderful transition.
Get into
Shame.
the movie review for this week. Here's a clip from Shang-Chi.
Saving that cough.
Clip plays. Boom.
That pink in my eye.
Is it a Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
It is Shang. It is
You guys saying that shit like a typical white American.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the latest superhero film based on the Marvel comic in the MCU, directed by Dave Callaham, starring
Don't do it.
mostly Asian cast, which I will not butcher their names out of respect for the cast members.
All due respect, we apologize.
I can barely speak English names, so I'm not even going to try to go into another language.
Blind.
But with a budget of $150 million and already with a box office of $146, which is a pretty big box office, especially in the pandemic era of movie going for the theaters. All right, overall, quick thoughts. What did you guys think of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings?
Before I start, I think it broke Labor Day weekend numbers, didn't it? Like a record. Maybe we can check on that later, but I think it did. Quick overview, dude. I love the movie. I got what I was expecting. I was expecting to go in there, freaking kung fu action, balls to the wall, action packed. I loved it. A good storyline. It was all right. It was good, man. I liked the movie. It was a good time. I had fun. I was hyped during it. I wasn't really bored. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but there you go. I like the actors that were in it, most of them. And for once, I'll say Marvel actually, not for once, but they don't really hit on the villain a lot. But I felt like this villain was really good too, which is rare in a Marvel movie, in my opinion.
I want to take this time to make a public service announcement.
Oh, God.
I know we've been locked up in the house for a long time and we haven't seen a lot of movies at the theaters. But people, you go to the movies, shut the fuck up and watch the movie. I had a dude sitting beside me that narrated the whole fucking movie, just saying stupid shit. That breaks the laws of physics. Well, no shit. It's a fucking dragon.
Bruh, I'd have been pissed.
And I'm pretty sure that motherfucker was on a phone call at one point, too. I'm like, bro, you don't shut the fuck up. Like, I'm literally going to get up and slap the shit out you. Got kids in the back laughing and shit. Like, chill out. Got a grown-ass man laughing like it was the funniest shit he'd ever seen. I'm like, bro, it's not that serious.
Bruh, speaking of laughing, when we went to go watch it, this dude's laugh.
Behind? It's like, oh my God, bro. Like, do you need an ascot with that? Fucking the like most generic laugh ever. But
no, other than that, I liked the movie. I liked it a lot. Obviously, as we said on this podcast before, you got action, you're going to draw me in quickly. I thought the fighting scenes were great. You know, the kung fu fighting scenes were great. I liked the story. Like Izzy said, I thought the bad guy was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. I was happy with it. I was happy. It was worth my $23 I paid in tickets.
Damn. Oh, what, you bought tickets for Beth too?
Dude, yeah, it was three of us. They were like $60 a piece.
Damn.
Well, it's $10 for popcorn. My overall thoughts kind of go in line with you guys. I thought it was a good addition to the Marvel Universe. I thought I liked the fast-paced nature of the movie. It never felt like it was stalling for time. It never felt like we were just sitting there waiting for the next thing to happen. And they fit a lot. I felt like they fit a lot into the movie but they also did that without making it too confusing to where you would have to like kind of guess what someone's origin might be or what their powers specifically are. I think they gave a good amount of time to explaining, okay, here's this guy's powers, this guy's powers. They left out some stuff, but I think they're setting up a sequel with that. But yeah, and I thought the action, the kung fu, the hand-to-hand combat, I hope more Marvel movies take cues from this and have more hand-to-hand and less of the CGI stuff. I just watched, it was on the Black Panther fight scene, and I think that was kind of one of the weaker fight scenes in that movie, just because of how much CGI there was, where you could tell like they weren't the actual actors. Which, I mean, there could be other factors that led to that, as we all know about, Chadwick Boswick's sickness or Boseman. But yeah, I think that having more traditional hand-to-hand combat really is a huge strength in movies if they can have it. And yeah, I was satisfied.
I think that's better.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I think that's better than having like gunfights and shit. Like that hand-to-hand combat, great.
Yeah, no, and it I don't know. It just more it makes it more realistic. It kept me more in the movie, with those fight scenes, and yeah, I like Shang-Chi as a character. I think he's a cool addition to the MCU and probably the Avengers at some point. I thought the villain was good. I thought they did a good job of introducing both the villain and both the main character, giving them a good story. And yeah, overall I liked it. I liked it a lot. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I liked it too. I like the fast-pacedness of it. I don't know if that's a word. Either way, it was fast-paced, and I like that. I really liked the action. I really liked the lore behind it. I mean, I liked the comic book character to begin with, so it was cool to see him get a movie. But I had like some gripes and some complaints, but overall, I liked the movie a lot, and I would recommend someone to go see it for sure.
I remember, because I was sitting next to Levi. There was one in particular fight scene where they're in like an abandoned building or something, and he's fighting that dude from his past, that other ninja.
Oh yeah. And
they were going at it, dude. I think I was making weird noises because I was getting so hyped. But yeah, that shit was tight, man.
The scaffolding fight.
Is it like he's playing a video game?
Dude, I was getting hyped. I was like, oh.
Yep.
The scaffolding scene was really cool. Them jumping around and flipping around there. That was awesome.
Hey, sorry to change the subject really quick. You guys ever watch The Wire?
I haven't.
No.
Damn, never mind. Well, R.I.P. to Michael K. Williams. Anyways,
I seen that.
He was found dead in his home today. Yeah, he played Omar on The Wire. One of the best performances in TV history, I think.
Found dead.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
What?
That actor.
Do they have any do you have any insight as to why? Or they
just said he was found dead in his home.
That sucks.
Was it a murder? Hopefully not.
I said it sounds like Steven just texted and said it sounds like an OD.
Fuck. Well, anyways, back to the movie. Yep. Not to be crass about it, but I think as far as like if we're gonna go into more detail about it, I mean, what did you guys think about the characters in the movie?
So, for me, Shang-Chi was, man, I liked him a lot. I told Levi and Jeremiah, I said I could really see him being one of my top favorites, going into the future. I thought he was, character development was really good. There was a couple supporting casts I didn't care for. I didn't care for Awkwafina's character. I felt like she was supposed to be the comedic role, and I felt like a lot of her stuff fell flat. I didn't find her funny.
That's really just her, though. Like, I try to like her. She looks like she'd be fun to hang out with, but she's just not funny.
Right.
in any of the stuff I see her in. And
I didn't hate her that
No,
much.
except
I thought
in
she
here.
was all right.
She was she's alright, but like she's kind of corny. And the way she
I
delivers
agree.
her lines kind of ruined
Yeah.
the jokes for sure.
As far as his family goes, I liked his sister's story. I think she had a good subplot, kind of
Does
of how
Sorry.
since she was a woman, she wasn't really allowed to, train with the men or learn kung fu like them, but she always wanted to, so she did it on her own and became a beast on her own. I kind of like that aspect of it.
Question:
What's up?
how long is it before she's working with Villanueva?
Villanueva.
Oh,
White lady.
I know what you're talking about. The lady who comes in at the end of.
Yeah, I was expecting to see her
Whatever Louise Dreyfus
in the end credits. I'm surprised we didn't.
Yeah, that'll probably happen.
Yeah.
We'll get the B team together.
As far as the dad, so the dad's the main villain, the Mandarin. I thought he was great. I loved his character. Like I said, one of the best Marvel villains in a very long time. His character, I mean, he had a story to where you kind of felt for him. Like, it's like, yeah, I mean, he's, an asshole. He's the villain, but you feel for him with what he's trying to accomplish. It's just because, he lost his wife and he desperately wants her back.
Wenwu.
Yeah.
Um,
I love the aspect of father versus son. And when they were having that final fight, they were, getting their feelings out towards each other, which I thought was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, I thought their relationship was a strong aspect of the movie. Probably the strongest character development of the movie was between those two because of that.
Yeah.
And, I think Shang-Chi's upbringing, him becoming who he ended up being, was a little bit rushed in some ways. I mean, it's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, yeah, it clicks back on. I'm a badass again. It's 14 years before he practiced kung fu, or in between practicing.
Right.
And then he clicks it back on and he ends up being the badass he is. But, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it as much as some other people might. I mean, it was like, okay, whatever, it's a Marvel movie. They're going to rush some shit.
Yeah.
Just to get... The point of the movie is, let's get the rings on Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
That's the point of the movie. And, eventually they do that. I thought the rings, I wish they would have explained those a little bit more, but it seems like they're going to set that up to happen in the sequel. But they explained some other magical areas, which was somewhat all right. I mean, I feel like they could have gone way more into depth with some of that stuff. But
where's Mom's from? Was it Tao Lao?
Yeah. But
I still don't know what the hell that place is. Like,
Or
I mean, it probably comes back, like you said, more in the sequel. But shit.
Yeah. But they literally just say, "Oh, here's this magical ass place. Anything can happen there." It's like everyone's just like, "Okay," and then continue. So I wish they would have I don't know, maybe separated some of that stuff out. Like, do we need to have all this in one movie? Can we have certain aspects without the other? But I thought the rings were dope. I thought the rings as a power elevates him to a pretty high status as far as being a top guy as far as one of the Avengers.
I would say at least Black Panther style. I felt like that's what it was. Like how the Black Panther suit, gave T'Challa his powers and he became up there. I felt like the 10 Rings did that for him, and they kind of had the same vibe.
But I liked he was a badass without him too.
Right, he was.
So it's like this is just gonna make a strong character way stronger because he was like Black Widow status without him. And now with them, I mean, it elevates him. Like I think
beat Black Widow's ass.
He was better than Black Widow. He can control the wind and shit.
Yeah.
He got his mom's powers too.
Well, before he learned that, I guess I was talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought some of the side characters were okay. I thought Ben Kingsley as the actor was hilarious.
He was
Yeah,
the
he was funny.
he was the comedic role. He was the one that
Yes.
brought the laughter in the movie. His parts were funny. He only had a couple lines, really.
He was in it way more than I thought he'd be. I thought he would just be
Yeah,
that quick
I thought
cameo.
he was gonna be a quick cameo too, but they kept him. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the characters a lot too, but I thought I wanted to see a little more development of Shang-Chi because I really liked him as a character. I just felt like they kind of.
Sorry, Izzy. Izzy's taking a little bathroom break and
inside, huh?
he's hoping it's not loud enough to get picked up. We hope it's not loud enough to hear.
I heard the first one.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Technical difficulty there. So we'll just get back into the conversation. We have no idea where we just left off, but we'll just go ahead and say a little bit of a recap of what we were saying.
I like turtles.
Like what?
What?
Pedals? Pedals?
Turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Listen, pedals.
No, we were just going over of the different aspects of the movie, different relationships between, the relationship between Shang-Chi and his dad. We like that.
Right.
Well, let's just go into our star ratings and we can just give a quick glance at the movie from each of our perspectives. I'm going to go ahead, since we're going with the star ratings. Like I said, my real ratings. My favorite parts of the movie were the fight scenes. There was a lot of them, and I thought they did a good job of building up, even the little villains like the razor arm dude and his dad, the ninja rival that he had, and he had a confrontation with all of them. So I think they did a good job of building those things up, having a payoff. I'm curious to see where he's going to go in the future. Like we were saying, with Wong coming, like if you've seen the Spider-Man trailer, Wong goes on a vacation. So now I'm kind of speculating maybe that happens at the same time of the Shang-Chi movie, and he goes over to where they are, has that interaction, and then in the Doctor Strange movie, he comes back and they have, what could be a Civil War type moment where they're bringing in, multiple characters from different movies. But overall, I like the plot of him coming along as kind of like a final confrontation with his dad, and also him and his dad coming, to gripes with what happened in their pasts. And my biggest flaws of the movie were just some of it was sped along too quick. His friend Aquafina, she gets pretty strong a little quick for my taste. I thought her character was good, but I just thought, they put her in a dire situation super quick, and she's just like Dre was saying, like Legolas. But I liked that, and I liked his sister, her little arc of kind of being the forgotten one, and then she comes back and she's a badass as well. So overall, I like the movie. I don't know if this got recorded over or not, but I'll say as a first movie, like here's an introduction to a character, I think this is a top 3 introduction, with Black Panther and Iron Man being, maybe top 4. Black Panther, Iron Man, and Guardians being the only 3 that I maybe like better. I think this was a really good outing for Marvel. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it... I want to give it a 4. I really do want to give it a 4. But I'm trying to be a little bit harder with my ratings. Oh, yeah. Also, I want to preface this by saying I'm demoting Black Widow to a 2.5. So that's a 2.5 now. From a 3. This is a 3.5. Solid 3.5. Real 3.5.
I had a lot of the same opinions as you do. The action was super dope. The kung fu, I mean, specifically, was amazing. I felt like the best part of the movie for me though was the relationships. So the relationships between Shang-Chi and his sister, the relationship between Shang-Chi and his dad, Shang-Chi and Aquafina, the dad and the sister. I felt like it really did good with character development and bringing into this relationships and giving you the intense moments of, hey, this is why we feel like this, and I have gripes against you, but whatever. Their arcs were really good. There was a couple. See, Levi said it was fast. I thought it was a little slow at times. I didn't really get bored, but I was like, okay, here's the slow part. I didn't like the aspect of the secret world, whatever that's called, Tung Lao, Tao Lo. Yeah, and I didn't specifically like the ending. I think it got a little bit too crazy with the dragons and stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, I love this movie. I'd go watch it again in theaters. I said it before, Shang-Chi is probably going to grow to be one of my favorite Marvel characters individually. I like him a lot. I liked whoever played him, the actor, a lot. I think it was a perfect role for him. The comedic aspect kind of fell off for me with Aquafina's character, but with Ben Kingsley in it, those were my laugh out loud moments. I liked it, dude. I'm gonna go 3.75 on this. So 3.75.
Just to piggyback, real, I'll be quick. I agree with a lot of things you guys said. Like I said earlier, I like the action in it. Aquafina, a little corny, whatever. She was all right though. Kind of agree with both of you here in different regards. I thought the movie was a little longer than it needed to be, but I also think there was stuff they could have spent more time on and cut some shit out.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
But other than that, I like the movie. I like the characters. Shang-Chi, great character. His sister is going to be interesting. How her story plays out in the sequel of the Ten Rings and in the rest of the Marvel universe if she joins Villanueva and that little Monstar team they're building over there.
The B team.
Yeah, the B team. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I could watch this movie again a lot. So I'd probably go
5.
No, not a 5.
5.
It's gonna be my first.
I'd go
Dude.
3.75.
Two 3.75s and a 3.5.
3.7.
I know me and Izzy agreed on a lot today.
All right.
Great minds think alike, brother. You
Is
always
it-
do.
Is it tied?
Hey, you're right.
Go ahead.
I would also say it wasn't confusing for me. I was able to comprehend it. So, what was going on?
Oh, well, that's good.
Well,
worried.
it was
I was worried. I was worried.
Shots fired, bro.
Bro, I listened to the audio, by the way. I was right. I was right, for the record. What was I saying? No, I really liked it. I liked the characters. I really liked the action. I thought Shang-Chi could have been a little more developed in some parts. I thought even though the pacing was fast, it was, Dre, you're right, like, the movie was super long, but at the same time, I felt like they could have put more than they did. More, like, actual content, more world building and stuff. So I think I'll give it a 3. I liked it a lot. So, solid 3, for sure.
What'd you give Black Widow?
2.5.
Okay.
Damn.
What?
Thought it was my rating. That's crazy.
I don't want anyone
questioned.
I don't want anyone getting it twisted. This was just a better movie.
Hell yeah, it was better. Leaps and bounds better than Black Widow. I enjoyed this movie way more than I did Black Widow.
And I was starving when we saw Black Widow. I was starving for a Marvin.
Would you give it a 2?
3.
So yeah, I mean that averages out to about a 3.5, and I think that's probably the biggest, probably the highest rating we've given as a collective.
And maybe the most agreement, like, I don't know, whatever, but.
Yeah, I think we all
Good movie. It's a good movie.
had the same thoughts. I think we all had the same gripes. And
Yeah.
I will say, adding towards stuff, because I heard you guys talking about Obi-Wan and Anakin earlier. I don't want to, it's nowhere near Obi-Wan and Anakin dialogue, but when the Shang-Chi and his dad were fighting,
yeah,
I got that vibe, dude.
but it could have been more.
Because they
Definitely could have been more.
And then they started talking throughout. You were saying, hey, you could see that the dad
You were
kind of
supposed to
blamed.
raise me.
Yeah, you could see that they blamed each other for the situation they were in with their mom.
Yeah,
Right.
The son saying, we lost her and you were supposed to be there for us and he wouldn't. And the dad was like, I was out. You were supposed to protect her and you just watched her die.
it's true.
Yeah. So I loved that part. They loved each other, obviously, but they both had grief, disdain for each other because they both kind of blamed each other what happened in their lives.
Back to that part real quick, though. Didn't he say that his dad didn't really start training him until after his mom died? So
Yeah.
what the fuck was he going to do?
They were a normal
Get
family.
his ass whooped, too?
That's why he trained him, maybe, because he's
But
like,
yeah.
if you weren't such a pussy, you could have saved her.
Yeah.
He said that to him. He said, you should have went out and
Right.
defended her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He would have got his ass whooped, too. So he would have had
But
a
I
dead
think
wife and a dead son.
it was still the ass, it was still in his mind. It was like, you just watched your mom die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
blaming him.
Your
Like,
weakness.
even if you couldn't do shit, you were too scared to even try.
Well, this ain't 1,000 years ago, homie. You're trying to survive.
So let me put on the fucking 10 rings back on. Let me walk you over to this club, and you're gonna watch me kill this dude. That part was tight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought their relationship was strong. I just wish that moment could have been bigger.
Yes.
And I think
You're
the
right.
dragon fight deflated the moment a little
Yeah,
I
bit.
agree.
definitely.
And it, like we were saying earlier, it could have been. It wasn't gonna be an Anakin Obi-Wan. It wasn't built up over 3 movies, but it could have had more of those vibes where it's like their emotions were more on the line, which it was. I mean, they do say those lines about you were weak, you couldn't save her and stuff. But I think it could have been more powerful if that was the lasting moment of the movie,
Right.
instead of whatever the fight was at the end. Which also that fight at the end wasn't bad.
No, it was,
it
was cool.
No.
I just-
But it could have been more. You're
Yeah.
totally right. It was
Dude,
lacking.
Usually getting your soul sucked isn't a bad thing.
God.
Is this a kids podcast?
Yeah.
No, it's
We might want
not.
to edit that out.
When I put it on YouTube, I put age restriction, not for kids, on everyone, so it's fine. But
When Shang-Chi had 5 and his dad had 5 rings,
oh, that was dope. That
part
was
tight
dope.
as fuck.
I'm anxious to see him full power.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
Definitely.
He's up there with
I can't
Black
wait to see him
Panther, bro.
again.
Yeah.
He's up there with
I'm
That's
ready
why
to
I'm hoping he's in Doctor Strange too.
So for him to get full power, does he have to figure out where the fuck they came from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hopefully.
I don't know.
to
He
figure
seemed
out what
like he
their
was on
full
full power when
capability
he threw
really
that
is.
Kamehameha.
Well, they said that it was letting off some type of beacon, right?
Yeah.
So there was some kind of power emitting from the 10 rings. So I think that's gonna give huge indications as to the character going forward. How strong is he gonna be, and what's the implication of using these rings? Where are they from?
Does that help with the what do they call it in the Eternals, the emergence or whatever?
I think that's gonna line up. I really do.
I'm not hyped on that movie.
Neither am I.
You got. I think the Eternals is gonna be dope. As
I hope
far
it
as
is.
it's gonna. I think that's gonna set up a lot of shit.
I'm not saying I don't
so.
think it's gonna be good. It'll probably be good, but what they're showing me in the trailers, I'm not excited for.
Yeah.
Can't show you too much though.
Yeah.
It might be like you're saying, Dre. It might be a movie where if they what they can show is so little because they're gonna reveal so many crazy things and they don't want to spoil it.
And Angelina Jolie's in it. They're lucky I'm watching it. I can't stand her.
Sorry.
Ajo, come on, dude.
I don't like her, man.
AJ?
I don't like it.
Ajo,
I don't like it.
come on, dog. No, I'm excited for more Marvel, and so I'm gonna see the Eternals with a little excitement, butterflies flying through my tummy, and I'm also hyped for, you know, I'm hyped for any Marvel movie. The least hype I was for a Marvel movie was Black Widow, and I was pretty excited.
No,
for it.
Captain Marvel. That was my least type Marvel movie.
I wasn't very hyped to see. Well, I was excited to see it.
I
What
pretty
did I
much
say?
y'all dragged me to that theater.
Or they showed her.
This bitch. They showed her on that post credit. Izzy, this bitch. I was over too. I was like,
I am not a fan of Captain Marvel.
no.
Yeah, Izzy can't
And she's
see
a
it.
dope
Izzy-
character too.
If she would have
It's
beat
just
Thanos by herself, Izzy would have fucking
Oh,
lost
bro,
it.
I would have lost it. I left that theater cussing up a storm. I would have ruined the movie for everybody. I would have lost it if she would have been the one to kill Thanos.
I just wasn't a fan of Black Widow because she was already dead. Yeah, it's like, well,
Makes sense.
with Captain Marvel, I wasn't hyped because I don't like characters that are usually I don't like characters that, hey, I'm just gonna come in and be the most powerful.
Yeah.
And she right away was
Super OP.
very.
I'm hyped because I'm off. I was hyped because I'm all for women empowerment.
Oh, me too. Me too.
It has
I think that was
Her body, her choice.
So
She
am
wants to be
I.
super
Yeah,
powerful.
so
Just
get
let her
the
be
fuck
super
out of
powerful.
this planet then.
I mean, I like the ladies, and
I like 'em.
I'm
I
fine
like the
with
ladies.
powerful. I'm fine with
What the fuck does
powerful
that
lady
mean?
characters.
I like them all except for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Does she make you feel small?
How are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel when Thor's a girl?
I'm gonna like because I like Jane.
Do you not like Sylvie?
I liked her too.
Look,
Captain Marvel's the only female Marvel big character I don't like.
You like Pepper Potts?
Yes.
Pet Pots?
You're not. You said you don't like Lionheart.
so you just think a
Who's
woman
Lionheart?
can't be captain?
You better stop, man.
It's a woman in power. That's the
Stretching,
problem.
bruh.
You don't like
All the
Lionheart?
other women were
Stretching.
underneath, and
I don't know who Lionheart is.
That's gonna be
Them
the new
was
Iron
jokes,
Man.
man. Them was jokes.
Yes. Let me see her, and then I'll like her.
Lionheart is
Haley Steinfeld's a new Hawkeye. I love that.
Lionheart is this girl who goes to MIT and discovers Tony Stark's research and becomes the new Iron Man.
All right, sounds dope.
Okay. I'm just saying.
It's just Captain Marvel. I can't stand it.
Yeah, no, I just don't. I mean, my sister doesn't like Captain Marvel.
it doesn't have to
you
do
know.
with the actual comic character. It's how they executed. They just executed it poorly.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good movie, and they tried to build her up way too fast, and no one was taken to it.
Yeah,
Like, they
I
weren't
mean,
going to
there's-
accept it.
No.
I like to go on record and say Izzy didn't like Captain Marvel before the movie.
What are you talking about?
You didn't like the comic book character?
What are you
You know what I'm saying? I don't think like no, I'm not. I'm just not has nothing to do with like women characters. I just said you just didn't like her. Like I don't think you like the comic book character either.
No. Okay, I'll be real. I didn't like the actress.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Okay, no,
I'm back you on that one.
I thought
Brie
no,
Larson.
I won't say that because
Oh, I
Brie
do.
Larson's cool. I like her in other movies. I thought she was. I'm
I
with
just don't think you like
Jeremiah.
the character.
The only reason I didn't like Captain Marvel, this is my biggest thing, is because we're set up with all these characters and we're almost on Endgame, like we're almost at the end, and now you're gonna bring in this new character
Right.
who's super OP, and it's like she's the strongest one. She might be the one that we really need her to end it. And I was like, dude,
She'll
I don't
play a
care
major
about
role.
her. I want to see these guys freaking pull through and do it. You know what I mean? I don't want them to need help from Captain Marvel one movie before the end.
Yeah, you built up
Yeah.
all these characters for 20-something movies, and then it's still not enough. Here's a new movie, new
Right.
character, and that's the game changer.
Right.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. No, I think that's everyone's gripe with it. It's just hard not to sound like the gripe is like, oh, it's a girl, powerful character, when that's not the case.
I agree with you on that. I was 100% for the in podcast land. I was just bullshitting. It was all jokes.
We, don't blow us up before we get started. But anyways, I think we all have a consensus for once. What's next week's movie?
I have no idea. No clue.
Is there one coming out, or is it got to be a throwback?
It could be a Netflix, too. Is there a Netflix movie coming out? HBO Max?
Speaking of Netflix, I watched Titletown. Totally forgot about that. About Valdosta football program. It's like real life Friday Night Lights. Check it out. You get some free time. I could do without all the high school relationship bullshit, but the football part's pretty good. Sorry.
No. I'm just looking up what's coming out next week. But yeah, and I also heard about that show. I can't remember. You told me about it, and someone else did as well. And that is something that when I get time, I think I am going to check that out.
And they're short episodes too. They're only like 34 minutes.
Well, I could always do for that. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be a little dry here for the next couple weeks. But Malignant.
Hell no.
Okay.
That's hell to the no.
Queen Pins.
I watched that. That looks pretty funny.
I've never even heard of this. What's it coming out on? So maybe Queen Pins. Looks to be a comedy. But if not, we might have to get the polls out and have some arguments and watch The Dark Crystal too. Yeah, I don't know. The week after that too. I mean, Cry Macho and Cop Shop. I've never heard of these movies. Oh, Cry Macho is the new Clint Eastwood. That could be something interesting.
It didn't look very good to me. I think Clint Eastwood needs to hang it up. But
Dear Evan Hansen on the 24th. Izzy's all about that. We might have to watch it, honestly.
We are watching it.
Have you seen the trailer to that, Dre?
yes, I saw it yesterday.
Oh my god, trash, right?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that movie.
Well,
I'll watch it.
It'll be
We'll watch it.
It'll be 3 verse 1.
That Dear Evan Hansen, we might have to watch that.
Hell no, we're not watching that. You want to watch that?
Yes.
It's the only big movie that week.
I'll watch it and shit on it.
Like I said, 3 verse 1. Get your boxing gloves out, fellas.
I'm taking X-Lax that weekend because I'm double shitting on that one.
I might walk out of that movie.
Please do. That'd be
I'll
hilarious.
watch it. We gotta go to the theater.
Yeah.
Damn it! I gotta waste my gift card
I'm
on that
going on-
dumbass movie.
I'm going on a Tuesday.
It's a musical.
Better catch that matinee.
And that's all I'm doing.
It's a musical.
No,
Oh.
I like musicals,
my God.
but
It's gonna be
not that one.
a musical for my ears.
Don't get me wrong, I love musicals.
But, well, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the podcast. Thank you for joining us this week. As always, keep it real and check it out.
Check it out.
Go get that Legends of the Hole. Shout out to High Road Studios.
Check it out.
Legends of the Hole on Wednesday, September 8th. Check it out.
Check it out.